This story was told to me one winter night, deep in the woods, beside a crackling hearth. I didn't believe it then, but I do now. It starts with a man named Eli, a man who wanted nothing more than to be left alone. After losing his wife, Eli bought a rundown cabin in the northern mountains. No phone, no internet, just him, the snow, and silence. But he said the cabin was peaceful, quiet, but not dead. There were sounds, low ones, not animals, not the wind that came from beneath the floorboards. Soft, like whispering. He thought it was the creak of old wood, maybe mice. But the sounds didn't scatter when he stomped his feet. They hushed, then returned. Always when the fire was lit. At first, he ignored it, until one night, as he sipped tea and watched the flames dance. He heard his name, Eli. He froze that it was a whisper. Just one, so quiet it might have been imagination. But when he leaned closer to the hearth, nothing. Only embers. He laughed it off. Alone in a cabin for too long, of course he'd start hearing things. He turned in early that night. At 3:13 a.m., he woke up, not to a noise, but to the sudden absence of heat. The fire had gone out. The room was freezing. He pulled on his coat and stepped into the living room. The ashes were dead, cold, but the chimney was warm. He reached in to feel for heat, and something brushed his hand. Not a log, not what it felt like fingers. Long, thin, cold. He pulled back, heart hammering. Nothing was there, just soot. He didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next day, he convinced himself it was a dream. Hallucinations from grief, maybe the flu. Still, he rebuilt the fire that morning. But this time, he sat far back. And that's when he noticed something strange. The new fire didn't cast shadows the same way. The flames flickered inward, toward the back of the hearth, like they were being pulled. Like something inside was breathing. That afternoon, Eli tore through every book left behind by the previous owner. He found one journal, covered in ash and age. Inside, the fire must never go out. They come when it dies. I tried to bury it. It only fed them. That night, he kept the fire blazing. Days passed. Eli fed the fire without fail. He barely slept, because each time the fire dipped low, the whispers returned. Sometimes they begged. Sometimes they laughed. Sometimes they mimicked his dead wife's voice. Eli, come here. Why did you leave me? It was cruel. It was endless. And it always came from inside the fire. One night, his fuel ran low. No more logs. And the storm outside was too strong to go looking. The fire dwindled. And at exactly 3:13 a.m., he heard footsteps, not outside, inside the chimney, coming down. He backed away, holding a fire poker. Ash spilled onto the hearth. Then, a blackened hand reached out. It was charred, bone-thin, but alive. Another hand followed. Then a face, dark, featureless, burned, whispering, "Feed us." Eli panicked and threw a full can of lamp oil into the flames. The fire roared to life, and the shadow screamed. It vanished in the heat. He collapsed, breathing hard, eyes locked on the flames. That was the last night he stayed there. He packed at sunrise and left the cabin without looking back. That he told no one, left no note, didn't even try to sell it. He left the fire burning and never returned. That's the story Eli told me. He'd never spoken of it again. But when I asked if he still heard whispers, he just stared at the flames and said, "Sometimes, when it's cold, I think I hear her, but it's not her anymore." So now, whenever you're sitting by a warm fire, watching it burn, be careful. Don't let it go out. And if you hear whispering, don't answer, because something may be listening and waiting. Thanks for joining me by the fire. If you enjoyed the story, give it a like and share it with someone who dares to listen. Until next time, keep the fire burning.